Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and a very warm welcome to Pointless, the quiz show where popular answers mean nothing and obscure answers mean everything. Let's meet today's players. First, we welcome Irene and Tom. You're our first pair this afternoon. How do you two know each other?
We're work colleagues and we've been best of friends for 36 years.
36 years, fantastic. Where do you work?
We work in a leisure centre, our local leisure centre.
I was going to say, Tom, there's something... You use that leisure centre well, don't you?
Get my money's worth.
You certainly do. My goodness, what do you do there, Tom? What do you do?
I'm a duty officer at the leisure centre, along with Irene, and I take fitness classes, boxercise.
Oh, so you do? Blimey.
Coach weight training and things.
Very well-attended classes, I should think.
Thank you.
Very good. Well, it's great to have you on the show. Best of luck this afternoon. Next, we welcome back Ed and Laura. You were on the show last time. Remind us what happened.
We suffered in round two when Laura's knowledge of rivers through capitals fell a little bit short.
It was tough, that, though. It was a very, very tough round, that.
It was close, but we're back now, so second chance.
OK, you're a formidable team, and I would predict that you are the team to watch this afternoon. Very best of luck to the pair of you. Next, we welcome Jenny and Joan. How do you two know each other?
I met Jenny about 5 years ago at our local golf club. And 3 years ago, Jenny was lady captain, and we play quite regularly together.
Who's the better player of the pair of you?
Questionable.
She is.
It's Joan. It's Joan, is it?
It is Joan.
Really? The lady captain says it's Joan.
Lady captains,
only on the day.
lady captains have to be honest.
Very best of luck to the pair of you. It's
Thank
great
you.
having you on the show. And finally, we welcome back James and Matt, back in the same position they were on last time we played. Remind us what happened then.
We got stumped on carry-on films because my brother was out playing football on Bank Holiday Mondays instead of staying in watching.
Which is what you're meant to be doing, is staying in watching carry-on films.
Not a good category for me.
Matt, what would you like to see come up?
See, ironically, I wouldn't mind films again, but based on last time, that's probably not a good one for the pair of us. But
Not for the pair of you. Well, we'll find out more about all of you throughout the show. There is only one more person for me to introduce. He pours scorn on the obvious and celebrates the obscure. He's my pointless friend, Richard.
Hello. Hiya. How are you today?
Do you? I'm very well. Last time, obviously, you weren't so. Are you any better this time?
You know what? I'm a lot better.
You're looking much as you did.
Quite. That's makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a really good show today. You know when we always say, what would you like to come up? People always say TV, soap operas. So question 2 is for all of those people who've been on the show before and it didn't come up. It's come up today. We've got 2 returning pairs. I think Ed and Laura were very strong last time. Ed, you've got to forgive Laura her rivers knowledge of last time. That is all water under the bridge, albeit water she's unable to name. James and Matt, we didn't see the best of you, I don't think. You were very unlucky in that round, so I think they've got something to prove. I think the 2 returning pairs might do rather well. Right,
well, we put all our questions to 100 people before the show, but this is pointless, so we are after the obscure answers they didn't get. The fewer people who got the answer, the fewer points awarded, the better your chance of winning. But what everyone's trying to do, of course, is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people gave, and each time that happens, we will add £250 to the jackpot. Now, nobody won the jackpot last time, so another £1,000 is added to it. So today's jackpot starts off at £3,250. Right, let's play Pointless. Now, in the first round, each of you must give me one answer and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever team has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated, so make sure that's not you. Right, our first category this afternoon is Australia. OK, can you decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Australian towns and cities, Richard.
Yeah, the correct answers in this round will all be towns and cities in Australia, including the island of Tasmania.
Well, Irene and Tom, you all drew lots before the show, and today you get to go first. Now, in this round, we're going to give you a choice of 7 possible answers on the board in each pass. The first set of 7 answers reads like this. Alice Springs, corn, Adelaide, Rockhampton, Woomerang, Brisbane, Wagga Wagga. I'll read those again. Alice Springs, Corn, Adelaide, Rockhampton, Woomerang, Brisbane, Wagga Wagga. I can tell you that at least one of those answers is pointless, but be careful because there is at least one incorrect answer on the board. Land on one of those and you will score the maximum of 100 points. So then, Irene.
Well, the one that sprung to mind was Alice Springs, so I will go for Alice Springs.
Alice Springs. OK, let's see if it's correct, and if it is, let's see how many people said Alice Springs. That's right. Down it goes. 25. Not a bad score at all, Irene. Alice Springs, Richard.
Yeah, very well done, Irene. Alice Springs in the Northern Territories. Alice was the wife of the Superintendent of Telegraphs, and Alice Springs was found when they were laying the telegraph across Australia.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Laura.
Well, there's a couple there which either are going to be really good or sound like jokes.
Yes.
Because, you know, and there are a couple of obvious ones which sprung to mind, and I don't really want to mess it up for Ed again. So I'm going to go with Adelaide, because at least I know it's right.
You know Adelaide is right?
Yeah.
And of the ones you know that are right,
I think that's slightly
you think
better.
that's the lower scoring. OK, you're going to say Adelaide in the hope that it scores. Where do you think that's going to score?
Probably about 40.
About 40.
Maybe more.
OK, well, let's see if it's right. And if it is, let's see how many people did say Adelaide. $47, a safe answer.
Yeah, pretty big score, but better safe than sorry. Founded in 1836, Adelaide, named after King William IV's wife, Queen Adelaide.
We are looking for Australian towns and cities. Joan, I can't work out if you are just gleeful because it's a subject you know so much about.
Oh,
or...
I know everything about Australia.
See, I think you're about to demonstrate quite how right that is.
And I know so much about Australia, I'm confidently going to say Brisbane.
OK. OK, you're going to say Brisbane. I have a hunch it might be correct. Let's see how many people said Brisbane. 28. What about that, Laura? You'd have gone Brisbane if you thought it was going to score that.
Yeah, I definitely thought Brisbane would be more than Adelaide, but I expect people at home are yelling at the television going, no, you stupid girl, of course not, but...
Well,
what can you
there
say?
we are. Brisbane, 28. Not a bad score, as it turns out. Richard?
I know it's an amazingly low score, isn't it? Yeah, Brisbane, named after Sir Thomas Brisbane. OK,
there we are. So then, James. Remember, we are looking for Australian towns and cities.
The three that I was going to pick have gone.
Yeah. There is at least one pointless answer on there.
But I do watch quite a lot of Ray Mears, and he did a bit in the Outback, and he went round with the Bush Tucker Man. And I'm sure Wagga Wagga is actually a place.
Wagga Wagga. You see, everybody who didn't pick Wagga Wagga is now nodding, going, yes, it is, yes. Then why didn't you pick it? Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Wagga Wagga. Maybe this is our pointless answer. It's right. It's right. It's not pointless, but it goes all the way down to 2. Very, very good answer. Richard.
Yeah, very good answer, very good start. It's in New South Wales, Wagga Wagga. Means Wagga or Wagga means crow in Aboriginal, so it means the place of the crows.
Place of the 2 crows.
2 crows, isn't it? But Wagga Wagga sounds more fun, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the rest of the board. Now, everything else on that board is either incorrect or pointless. Do you want to see if you can sort the wheat from the chaff?
I think I can.
What do you think?
Corn, of heaven's sake, is not an Australian place.
Corn is an Australian place.
No.
That's a pointless answer. So very well done if you said that. Yeah, corn is in South Australia. The other 2?
Woomerang, I think, is nonsense.
You're absolutely right. Woomerang is an incorrect answer. It was an old-fashioned name for a boomerang, funnily enough. Sounds like a female boomerang to me, a woomerang. And Rockhampton is also a pointless answer. Well done if you said Rockhampton. Rod Laver was famously from Rockhampton. They called him the Rockhampton Rocket.
Thanks very much, Richard. OK, well, we're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at the scores as they stand. James, forced into a position of Wagga Wagga, and as it turns out, it suited you well. It scored you a fabulous low 2 points. Next up, we have Irene, 25. You scored there for Alice Springs. Not a bad score at all. Up to Joan and Jenny, just ahead there. And Laura, Adelaide, your reasoning was spot on.
Yeah.
But you are out in front by quite a way. Right, well, best of luck on the next pass. You know what you've got to do, Ed. Right, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put another 7 answers on the board. We are looking for Australian towns and cities, and your second set reads like this. Fremantle, Gillard, Hobart, Uluru, Newcastle, Perth, Humpty-Doo. I don't know why you're laughing. Fremantle, Gillard, Hobart, Uluru, Newcastle, Perth, Humpty-Doo. Now, I can tell you that at least one of those answers is pointless and at least one of those answers is incorrect. Obviously, if you pick an incorrect one, you will score 100 points, so do try and avoid those. Right, Matt.
Perth.
Well, you are 44.
Let's play safe, Perth. I'll go.
You're going to play safe with Perth?
Perth, yeah.
OK, if you can score 44 or less, you are definitely through to the next round. There is your red line. Below that red line, through to round 2. Let's see if Perth's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Perth. It's right. 58. Very popular, high-scoring choice there. That takes your total up to 60. Richard.
Yeah, that's going to make the round a little bit more nerve-wracking for you, isn't it? It's the capital of Western Australia, Perth. Big score.
So you are now the high scorers, Matt and James, but you're the first to answer on this pass, so anything could yet happen. Jenny, high scorers there on 60. If you can score 31 or less with this answer. Remember, we are looking for Australian towns and cities.
I think I'm going to go for Fremantle.
You're going to go for Fremantle, and that's a confident choice?
Dodgy.
Dodgy.
I think I've heard of it, but I'm not sure it was in Australia.
OK, there is the red line. My feeling is if that is right, I think that will get you below that line. That's my hunch. Let's see if it's right. And let's see how many people said Fremantle. It's right. Very good. Very good indeed, Jenny. Fremantle scores you 5, takes your total up to a very safe 33.
Yeah, well played, Jenny. That's a great answer. It's a major seaport in Western Australia, Fremantle.
Ed, you are on 47.
There's a few up there that I recognise, so that's reassuring.
That is reassuring.
But then it's like, do you go for the one which obviously looks like if it were to be right, it would be pointless, or do I go for something a little bit safer?
Well, let me help you make your decision.
Yeah, what's the advice?
Ed, my advice is you want to score 12 points or less with this answer to avoid becoming the high scorers.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Newcastle is a place. In England, it obviously is, and also in Australia. So I'm hoping that the 100 people asked aren't from up north, and I'm going to go with Newcastle.
You're going to go with Newcastle. Here's your red line, quite far down. Let's see if Newcastle's going to do it for you. Newcastle, is it right? And if it is, how many people said it? It's right. It's right. Oh, well done. Very good. Nice low score. Newcastle scores you 4, gives you a total of 51. Richard, Newcastle.
Yeah, well played, Ed. It's one of the largest cities in New South Wales, established as a convict camp in 1801, and a rather unpleasant one as well, by all accounts.
OK, so, Tom, you know what you have to do. The high scorers are still James and Matt on 60. If you can score 34 or less with your answer, you are through. There is still at least one pointless answer on that board. There is still at least one incorrect answer on that board. You can talk us through the board because you're the last person to have it. So
I'm pretty sure of one. I just wonder whether it's going to get me enough points to get us through. I think I'm going to have to go for it because I'm not positive enough on the others.
OK.
I'm going to go for Hobart, which I think is the capital of Tasmania.
Hobart, capital of
Hobart.
Tasmania. OK. There's your red line. If you're below that red line, we say goodbye to Matt and James. Above that red line, I'm afraid we say goodbye to you. OK, Hobart, is it right? If it is, let's see how many people said it. It's right.
Go, 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 go.
Yep, it's done it. Down to 16. Very well done. That takes your total up to 41. So, Richard, Hobart.
Yeah, very well played, Tom. And as you say, capital of Tasmania also started life as a penal colony. Let's take a look at the rest of the answers here. Again, everything here is either incorrect or pointless. What do you think?
I can't believe that Humpty-Doo is up there without actually being a legitimate answer. Because Humpty-Doo, you wouldn't make up a word like Humpty-Doo.
Absolutely right. That's a pointless answer, so well done if you said Humpty-Doo at home. The other two are both incorrect. Uluru is, because we probably know it better as Ayers Rock, and Gillard is the Australian Prime Minister, Julia Gillard.
There you are. Thanks very much, Richard. So at the end of round one, the losing pair with the highest score, I'm sorry to say once again, it's Matt and James.
Gutted.
Wow, what's gone wrong?
This number 4's just no good.
I tell you, that
no
podium...
Good. It's no good. I knew... I convinced myself that Uluru was Ayers Rock, and then I thought, no, I'll play safe, and that was the wrong answer.
It was the wrong answer.
Yeah, it was the wrong answer.
Oh.
So,
We'll suffer later, don't worry.
Been great contestants. Sorry to be saying goodbye to you so soon.
Thank you.
But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Well, there's only room for 2 pairs in the head-to-head, so one team will be leaving us at the end of this round disappointed. Make sure it's not you. The category for round 2 is TV soaps. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, this afternoon's round 2 question concerns EastEnders actors and their characters. In this round, we're about to show you a list of actors. We asked 100 people to tell us their EastEnders characters. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 6 actors in each pass. The more obscure the actor, of course, the fewer points you're going to be scoring. If you give us an incorrect answer, then you'll score 100 points. And we would accept first names, or names that these characters are commonly known by as well.
And we have got Anita Dobson, Bill Treacher, Deepak Verma, Gretchen Franklin, Sean Williamson, Leslie Grantham. I'll read those all again. Anita Dobson, Bill Treacher, Deepak Verma, Gretchen Franklin, Sean Williamson and Leslie Grantham. Right, Tom. Tom, are you a fan of the Enders?
I don't watch any soaps whatsoever, but I've got a feeling I know at least one of those and the character.
Good.
So I'm going to go for Anita Dobson, and I think she used to play Angie Watts.
Angie Watts?
Yeah.
Oh, well done. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. It's right. Well done, Tom. 46. 46, not a bad score at all. What do you think, Irene?
Not bad.
Not bad, not bad at all.
Considering he
46.
doesn't watch.
Considering he doesn't watch them, he remembered not just one name, but both names. Angie Watts.
Yeah, I think it's very well played, Tom. She's one of the original cast members from 1985, and she had her funeral in 2002, the character.
Splendid, Richard. Thank you very much. Now, Ed, we are looking for the EastEnders characters played by these actors. Do you watch EastEnders?
I've not seen it once. As soon as I hear that familiar drum beat, it's channel over. So...
Right.
But luckily, I'm a massive Ricky Gervais fan, and in Extras, I'm pretty sure that Sean Williamson had a recurring role as a sort of bumbling assistant.
He did,
And
yes.
they always referred to him as Barry, because I think the joke was he was always known as Barry from EastEnders, as opposed to them ever calling him Sean. So it might be a pretty popular answer, but I think Sean Williamson is Barry.
A lifeline from Sean Williamson. Yeah. OK, you're saying Barry for Sean Williamson. Let's hope it's right. And if it is, let's hope hardly anyone said it. Barry, Sean Williamson. Not bad, still going down. 30.
Yeah,
Good answer.
Yeah.
Barry, Sean Williamson, Richard.
Yeah, poor old Barry. Yeah, he was there from 1994 till he fell to his unfortunate death in 2002.
Right, Joan. As always on Pointless, you are looking for the answer that the fewest of our 100 people gave. You can talk us through this board. What do you think?
This
do you
is
watch
my worst nightmare.
Oh, no. It's everyone's worst nightmare.
I never watch soaps. I also, as soon as the music strikes up, turn it off. I absolutely not interested.
Yeah, they call it in EastEnders, the they call it the diggity digs or something like that, the diggities.
Have you never been on EastEnders?
No, I've never been on it. I've never been on it. They've never asked me.
Honestly...
Joan, sorry, what are you going to go
Well,
for?
I'm just going to have to give it my best shot, and it's mostly guess. But I'm going to hope that Leslie Grantham was Dennis Watts.
Dennis Watts. Leslie Grantham. OK, well, let's see if that's correct. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. Dennis Watts. It's right. 58. Not a bad answer at all. A correct answer and scoring you 58 points.
Yeah,
Dennis.
Well done, Joan. Good answers from three people who've never, ever watched any...
Amazing.
Any EastEnders. Very impressive. Yeah, he's been killed off twice, Dirty Den. Let's take a look at the rest. Bill Treacher was Arthur Fowler. That would have scored you 31 points. Gretchen Franklin is Ethel Skinner. That would have scored you 15. And the lowest score on the board, it's not Pointless, but 1 point. Deepak Verma played Sanjay Kapoor way back in the early days of EastEnders. He was, amongst his storylines, he was addicted to gambling. He had an affair with his wife's sister, and then he was arrested for the murder of his wife. That's a busy week, isn't it?
Thank you very much, Richard. So let's take a look at the scores. We're halfway through the round. Well, Ed, as it turns out, fantastic answer from you. The lowest scoring answer so far. Tom, not a bad answer at all. Irene, do you watch EastEnders? Did you? Have you? You do?
Sometimes. I'm
Safe.
not committing myself in case I get it wrong.
OK. Of course. Jenny, how's your EastEnders knowledge?
Good.
It's good.
Well, hopefully.
Hopefully. Well, it's going to need to be because you are the high scorers on 58. You've got your work cut out, Jenny. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 6 more actors on the board. And we've got Patsy Palmer, Pam St Clement, Martine McCutcheon, Ross Kemp, Layla Morse and Michael Cashman. I'm going to read those one more time, and here they are. Patsy Palmer, Pam St Clement, Martine McCutcheon, Ross Kemp, Layla Morse, Michael Cashman. And remember, we are looking for their EastEnders characters, and you're trying to find a really nice, obscure one that the fewest of our 100 people knew. Now, Jenny.
I know all those actors and actresses, but I can't remember some of their names.
In
I'm
EastEnders,
gonna have
right.
to go...
You are the high scorers on 58.
I know. I'm going to have to go for Martine McCutcheon. I think she played Tiffany.
Martine McCutcheon, Tiffany. OK, well, there's no red line for you because you are the high scorers, as I say. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Martine McCutcheon, Tiffany. It's right. 34. 34, that scores you, taking your total up to 92. Richard?
Yeah, good answer. She was killed in 1998 and then went on to have a #1 single in 1999. How does that work?
Very good. OK, Laura, you are on 30.
Yeah.
If you can score 61 or less with this answer,
OK.
you are through to the head-to-head.
Yeah.
What do you think?
The 2 actors I wanted to come up haven't, but there are 2 on there that I know the actors, but I can only remember which one of them has played. So I'm just going to have to go for it because at least I know it's right. So I'm going to go with Ross Kemp playing Grant Mitchell.
All right, well, there's your red line. If you get below there with Ross Kemp, you are through to the head-to-head. OK, let's see if it does. Ross Kemp, Grant Mitchell, how many people said it? It's correct. Yes, it's got you through. 46. Very good. Good tactics, as it turns out. Richard?
Yeah, well played, Laura. Ross Kemp, of course, was Grant Mitchell. Has gone on to do all sorts of interesting documentaries and things on Sky with gangs and soldiers and what have you.
There we are. Our high scorers are Jenny and Joan on 92. If you can score 45 or less, you are through to the head-to-head.
I think...
Talk us through the board, Irene.
I think the first two would be quite popular.
Yes. You know who they were, though. You know.
I do.
You can give us the answers. We won't. They won't.
Bianca and Pat.
And Pat.
Yeah. Now, I think Lila Morse plays Mo. And I think Michael Cashman played Colin many years ago, but I'm not over sure on that one. So I will go with Lila Morse and Mo.
Lila Morse and Mo, you're going to say. It could be. Maybe it's a pointless. Who knows? There's your red line. If you're below that red line, Mo has got you through. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Lila Morse. It's right. Well done. That's a home run. Very good.
What's Colin? What's
11 points. That scores you, and it takes your total up to 57. Richard.
Yeah, very well played, Irene. She absolutely plays Big Mo. She's Gary Oldman's sister, Layla Morse.
She's not.
She is, yeah. Let's take a look at the rest of them. You've been through most of these. Pam St Clement absolutely is Pat Butcher or Pat Evans. Pat Wicks as well, she was, I think, 53 points. Patsy Palmer, at the top there was 50 points. She, of course, was Bianca. And Michael Cashman, you're exactly right, was Colin. Colin Russell had the first gay kiss on a primetime soap. Scored 3 points. He's now an MEP, Michael Cashman.
Well, thank you very much, Richard. So at the end of round 2, the losing pair with the highest score, I'm afraid, it's Jenny and Joan. When you see the answers up on the board, do you think, actually, I sort of knew that?
Yeah, I couldn't remember Colin. I did know Michael Cashman played that chap that had the kiss. Yeah.
And Joan, you're just blissfully unaware of all this, just whoosh.
Oh, on another
you just
planet.
ducked under that wave. I'm sorry we have to say goodbye to you so soon, but we will see you next time, of course. But you've been great contestants. Thanks so much for playing. Thank you. But for the remaining 2 pairs, things are going to get even more exciting now as we enter the head-to-head. Well done, Tom and Irene, Ed and Laura. You've made it through to the head-to-head. Now, quite clearly, only one pair will make it through to today's final and play for the jackpot, which currently stands at £3,250. OK, you're going head-to-head on the best of 3 questions. For each question, each pair needs to give me just one answer, and you are now allowed to confer. All you have to do is come up with an answer that scores less than the other pair to win that question, and the pair that gets the best of 3 will be playing for today's jackpot. Right, let's play Pointless. Here is your first question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many prime ministers under Queen Elizabeth II as they could. Richard.
We're looking for any of the 12 British prime ministers who have served in office since Queen Elizabeth II was crowned in 1953, up to the beginning of 2011.
OK, well, Irene and Tom, because you've played best throughout the show so far, you get to go first.
I don't know any.
OK. Tom and Irene seem happy with their answer. What are you going to give me?
Alexander, we're going to go for, playing safe a little bit, we're going to go for Ted Heath.
Ted Heath?
Ted Heath.
OK, Ted Heath.
That was one of the ones we thought of.
What are your other ones?
James Callaghan, Harold Wilson, and Macmillan, I can't remember his first name.
Harold.
Is it Harold as well? OK. Actually, I'll go with Harold Wilson, I think.
Oh,
yeah.
Wilson?
No,
Isn't it Macmillan?
No, either.
Oh, I don't know.
They're both people.
All right.
It's definitely Harold Wilson you're going to go for?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
OK, so we have Ted Heath, we have Harold Wilson. Tom and Irene went Ted Heath. Let's see if it's right, obviously. Then, if it is, let's see how many people said Ted Heath. Ted Heath, 35.
Yeah, it's good.
Ed and Laura have gone for Harold Wilson.
Yeah, this is all on me.
OK, Laura, you said Harold Wilson. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Harold Wilson. Bad luck. Ted Heath wins it. After the first question, it is 1-0 to Tom and Irene. Richard.
Yeah, well played, Irene and Tom. If you'd said Macmillan, you would have just won the point. And indeed, if you'd said James Callaghan, you would have just won the point as well. It's the only answer you thought of that would have lost it for you was Harold Wilson.
Yay.
So let's take a look at all 12 names. The best answers you could have, Alex Douglas Hume, who took over when Macmillan resigned, it's 5 points. Anthony Eden, who took over from Churchill, he was 11. There's Callaghan, 22. Winston Churchill, who was in his second period as Prime Minister, he coincided with Queen Elizabeth, 24, as was Macmillan. Edward Heath, 35. And some of the more modern ones now. Harold Wilson, 39. John Major, 59. Gordon Brown, 69, alongside David Cameron. Margaret Thatcher, 79, and way out at the top there, Tony Blair with 92. Very well done if you got all 12.
OK, thanks very much. Here is your second question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many annual US federal holidays as they could. It's Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any of the names given to days designated as annual federal public holidays in the United States by the US government. We won't accept Inauguration Day, because that only happens once every 4 years, but any of the US federal public holidays as of the start of 2011.
This time, Ed and Laura, you get to go first.
Well, we've heard of it, and we hope it is fitting for this, and we're going for Labour Day.
You're going to go for Labour Day?
Yes.
Tom and Irene, what do you think?
Good one. Founders Day.
Founders
That's a
Day.
good one, that's good.
Labour Day and Founders Day. Ed and Laura, Labour Day. That's what you're saying. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Labour Day. It's right. 23. 23 for Labour Day. Tom and Irene, what do you think? Labour Day, 23. That's quite a tough score. OK, let's see if Founders Day is correct. And if it is, let's see how many people said Founders Day. Ah! Bad luck. Founders Day is an incorrect answer. So, Ed and Laura,
Lifeline.
a stay of execution. It is now 1-1. Richard.
Yeah, it's unlucky. Let's take a look at the whole list of US holidays. Pointless answer there. Columbus Day, which commemorates Columbus finding America. Memorial Day would have scored you 2. Veterans Day, which is always held on November the 11th to celebrate the armistice, that's 6 points. President's Day, or George Washington's birthday, 9. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, that's 21 points that would have got you. Labour Day, there we go with 23. New Year's Day, they celebrate over there. I don't know what that's about. 27. Christmas Day, 53. Independence Day, 66. And Thanksgiving Day, 72. They have a lot of holidays, don't they?
They sure do. OK, here's your third question. Whoever wins this point is going through to the final to play for that jackpot. OK, we gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many members of the Jackson 5 as they could.
Yeah, we're looking for any member of the original lineup of the Jackson 5 as inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. There are 5 possible answers here.
No.
Tom and Irene, you go first.
Very torn, but
Yeah.
we're going to go for...
Tito.
Tito.
Tito Jackson.
Right. Ed and Laura.
We did think of that as well. We thought of 2, so we're obviously going to have to go with the other one. So we're going to go with Jermaine Jackson and hope that that is
Tito's
probably better. So you may have stolen that from us.
OK. Tito and Jermaine. We'll take them in the order they were given. This to decide who goes through to the final to play for our jackpot. OK. Tom and Irene said Tito. Let's see if it's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said Tito. OK, Tito has gone. Jermaine is the only one you could think of after Tito. Right, well, let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Jermaine Jackson. It's right. Bad luck. Tito beats Jermaine 22 to 37, which means after 3 questions, Tom and Irene are through to the final. 2-1. Richard.
Yeah, very well played, Tom and Irene. That's tough luck, Ed and Laura. There were 2 answers that would have beaten Tito, actually. Let's take a look. Marlon and Jackie Jackson. His real name is Sigmund Jackson. Tito there with 22. Jermaine with 37. And Michael, obviously, right at the top there with 92.
Thank you very much. So the losing pair at the end of the head-to-head, I'm afraid it's Ed and Laura. It's been a merry dance, I'd say.
Or a game of fluke.
That's what you've led us.
Yeah.
Who's going to take the blame for this?
I think it has to be equal. Those two questions
Hang
just
on.
weren't
Sorry.
for us.
Let's both have our say.
Who's going to take the blame, Ed?
You know that politics question the point we didn't get? And
Yes.
Laura does that law and politics degree.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just a thought.
Who didn't know a single American holiday?
You Christmas.
We all knew Christmas.
OK, well, that's going to be a fun journey back to Cardiff, isn't it? You can keep discussing that all the way back there. Well, I'm so sorry. You have done very well. You've come up with some great answers. Thank you very much for playing. Great contestants. But for Irene and Tom, it's now time for our pointless final and the chance to win our jackpot of £3,250. So congratulations, Irene and Tom. You've seen off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy. Very, very good indeed. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot. At the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £3,250. Now, the rules are very simple. To win that money, all you have to do is find a pointless answer that none of our 100 people could think of. Now, we haven't had any pointless answers on the show today. You only need to find one now to go away with that money. First, though, you've got to choose a category, and you can choose from these three options: cycling, British actors, dogs.
1, 2, 3. Dogs.
Dogs.
I heard you say dogs. Well, that didn't take long at all. Is that because cycling and British actors are just terrible subjects, or because dogs is a brilliant subject?
We both
have dogs.
Oh, you love dogs?
Yeah.
Very good. Let's find out what the question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Crufts Best in Show terriers and spaniels as they could. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any breed of dog that has either the word spaniel or terrier as part of its name that's won Best in Show at Crufts ever since its inception in 1928 right up until 2010. So any Best in Show winner which has spaniel or terrier as part of its name.
You now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers, and all you need to win that £3,250 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Your 60 seconds start now.
Right, you're thinking of, did a Skye Terrier ever win it? Or a little
Kerry
white
Blue
Westie?
definitely. Kerry Blue definitely has.
OK. It's a spaniel, is it?
Yeah, Kerry Blue.
Okay,
Terrier.
OK, go with that.
Yeah, Kerry Blue
Okay.
Terrier. Borders and stuff, I think.
Did
Irish
water
Water Spaniel.
Yeah.
I think an Irish Water
Just say
Spaniel.
water spaniel.
All right, OK. Non-specific. Yeah.
Terriers and spaniels.
Yeah, and then... Has a Bedlington Terrier won it?
You can speak up if you like.
Has a Bedlington Terrier won it?
Yeah. We're pretty sure of 2, we think. We're just trying to think of a third one just to
So
make
what
up
are you gonna go for?
the trio.
Your Water Spaniel.
Water spaniel, your Kerry Blue, and we'll
What a
say...
Bedlington Terrier.
I don't think Bedlington Terrier's ever won Crufts. I don't think so.
Right, OK.
And we'll say... Skye Terrier. Go on. American Cocker.
American
Yeah,
Cocker.
Cocker.
OK.
yeah.
You got your 3. OK, we'll stop the clock right there. Very good. This is playing clearly to your strength. This is wonderful. We were looking for Crufts Best in Show terriers and spaniels. I now need your 3 answers. What are they going to be?
We go for a Water Spaniel.
A water spaniel,
Yeah.
Kerry Blue.
Kerry Blue.
Kerry Blue Spaniel.
And...
The spaniel? Yes.
Terrier.
The terrier, sorry.
Kerry Blue Terrier. And what was the other one? American Cocker.
American Cocker.
An American
that's right.
Cocker.
Yes,
Yeah.
those are the 3.
OK, of those 3, which do you think is your best shot at a pointless answer?
Tom's Water Spaniel, I think.
A water spaniel.
Yeah.
OK, water spaniel, we'll put that up last. What about your least confident?
American Cocker.
Yeah.
OK, so let's put those up on the board in your preferred order. First up, we put American Cocker Spaniel. Then we have Kerry Blue Terrier. And thirdly, we have Water Spaniel. There they are. We were looking for Crufts Best in Show winners. with the words terrier or spaniel in their name. OK, here we go. Let's see how many people said your first answer, American Cocker Spaniel. This was the one you were least confident in. Let's see if it's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said American Cocker Spaniel.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Good start. At least one.
Bad luck. Well, no, hang on. That was the one you didn't know. You weren't confident in that one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not pointless. It's an incorrect answer. So we have 2 more chances to win today's jackpot. £3,250. How do you spend that, Tom?
I haven't been on holiday for about 10 years, so I might have a little
A well-earned break.
Yeah.
How about you, Irene?
Yeah, similar, really, to do that. And if we did win, we'd go somewhere, some sporting event, probably, wouldn't we? Yeah.
We are looking for best in show terriers and spaniels. Let's hope nobody said your next answer, Kerry Blue Terrier. This is your second of 3 shots at today's jackpot of £3,250. It has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot. Kerry Blue Terrier. It's right. Kerry Blue, down it goes. This for £3,250. Still going down. Down it goes.
It's totally all right, that, isn't it?
Blimey. I thought that was going to go all the way down to pointless there. Kerry Blue Terrier, scoring just 2. This is your most confident answer. A water spaniel. If this goes down to nothing, you are leaving here with £3,250. The Kerry Blue went down to 2. It's looking very good for the water spaniel. This has to be pointless. This has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot. Let's see if it's correct. And if it is, let's see how many people said water spaniel.
Never mind.
We had to go for it, didn't we?
Bad luck. Bad luck.
We had to go for it.
Yeah.
There's no good going for it.
Unfortunately, you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, so you don't win today's jackpot of £3,250, which will roll over to the next show. But you have been fantastic contestants, and you do get to take home our pointless trophy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Richard.
Yeah, unlucky Tom and Irene. There's 3 pointless answers here. A couple of them are very recent winners as well. Let's take a look at all of them, and hopefully they don't ring too many bells. Lakeland Terrier has won twice, but the last time in 1967. But the Norfolk Terrier won in 2005, and the Sealyham Terrier won in 2009.
Would you have got those?
We just went for what we thought was more obscure, because I've heard of all of those, but I didn't know that they'd won.
Yeah.
Oh, bad luck.
No.
Bad luck. Well, unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to you, Irene and Tom, but it's been great having you on the show. Thank you both for
Thank you
playing.
very much.
Fabulous.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So nobody's won our jackpot today, so it rolls over, which means on the next show we'll be playing for £4,250. Join us next time, see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.
If you want to be on the next series of Pointless, you can find out more by going to bbc.co.uk/be on a show.